Alrighty, I want to show you where I'm at. This is called Crossing Path 8VAS996. They're all doing the same thing. They're crossing path 6ZXL549. This is third-party facilitating venue 16855, the United Steelworkers, local 76 healthcare employees. Beware, you've got a whole bunch of demon-possessed that are in the medical profession. Just want to be clear. So this is the light source that's directly over me while I'm at Nuevo. All right, Nuevo and Arrow Boulevard. That's a demon that's pacing, okay? They're crossing path. They are stalking me. They're focused on me. And you know that by what's the scientific impossibility. Not only is this not over the Panera Bread at Rancho Cucamonga at Foothill Boulevard and Haven Avenue. This is also not over the Fontana Lewis Library, which is way over there. That's not the Fontana Lewis Library, but that's the Fontana Chamber of Commerce. Next to it is the theater. Fontana Lewis Library is in that parking lot behind that building. This is not hovering over, as you saw at this same time yesterday at 10:10, so I started at 10:11. It's no question with regard to where that light source is. You see it right over my head as I take a picture. I enter in the side of the venue. The sex offender and the demon-possessed group stalker who's going to federal prison, Stephanie Ortiz, she engages in what is a molestation. My body is touched. I'm being terrorized with flashing directed light inside of the Fontana Lewis Library. A recurrence of the entity that is stalking with directed light, placing me under surveillance, and doing so while she is crossing path inside of that venue, where you're also seeing what is, as I step outside at 10:10 a.m. to show you and remind you about what is at the same time not possibly existing, occurring. And this is in this environment, capturing the demonic. It is also not occurring while it's right here over clearly where I'm at, the United Steelworkers. This is not hovering over the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library. I would not be able to see this while I'm standing at the entrance, and that entrance over the tall building that is the Fontana Lewis Library. I'm not going to be able to see this, and this is not hovering over that roof, and it's also not at the same time over my head while I'm at Panera Bread at 8500 Haven Avenue and Foothill Boulevard. This is literally the object that remains over me everywhere that I'm going. It is mutually exclusive with regard to those locations, even as I stand here on Fontana. Remember, 5:19 p.m., I'm right here at this block. This is the fake sun, where the law enforcement are group stalking, okay? 150-5773, group stalking, demons alike, okay? No distinction with regard to, no respect of person with regard to what a demon is driving or what uniform a demon is wearing. This is what is group stalking in the state of California. And at this time, you're also not going to remember, you're also going to remember the entity engaging in the distinct pattern of stalking with light inside of the venues, okay? And so in the morning, you're looking at what is the light source, and this Caucasian female, as I captured the video, as I captured the image, this demon that's listening to what I'm about to take a picture of, and then she enters into that meetings room and conference area, and you see directed light, the pattern of flowers that's coming diagonally down the wall, and then you also see what is light that's touching on the trash can and on the sides in front of those doors that are inside of the Fontana Lewis Library. And then I capture video, and I'm showing you what's my shadow in front of me and behind me, while directed light is aiming into the entrance in an impossible manner, while the sun is supposedly over Panera Bread and Rancho Cucamonga, while it's supposedly remaining over me while I am remaining in, this is Montclair at the Starbucks, okay, at 4490 on Hope Boulevard in Montclair, California. These are just recent examples. The entity is keeping this light source and aiming that light as though that's sunlight occurring from what's the sun that's directly over the library, which in and of itself, that positioning itself is not light activity that's going to occur inside of that library. That's impossible light. All right, the two are not related. You're looking at Satan place light inside of the building. You're looking at Satan place a light source above the roof outside of the building, okay? The two are distinct, but you're going to pay attention to that light activity because while it's occurring at that time, it has nothing to do with what is the placement of the light source that remains over me. And that is light that is inside of that venue at that time, speaking to what is maintenance of directed light in the same way that I captured in still images as I exited that venue around after 6 p.m. yesterday, which is an ongoing molestation, speaking to what are demons that surround in the same way that they're surrounding out here. And I want to speak to, again, this is the entity engaging on Nuevo. There's a Water of Life church. They're not a real church. The entity is engaging in what is group stalking. The entity keeping its fake sun over me while I'm at earlier, 9:48 a.m., while I'm on Sierra Avenue. The fake sun is over on that same street. I just want to speak to where I'm at. I've documented this already. It's after 10 o'clock in the morning. The entity is maintaining presence over me. It's not over the Fontana Lewis Library. In addition to the entity's light source, understand, if I were to walk this direction, this is where the entity's fake sun is in alignment with as I stand inside of the Fontana Lewis Library, and I'm showing you the fake sun that remains outside of that window. This is Sierra Avenue. This is all the entity is doing, is stalking with a fake sun, and it does not go anywhere, and it's in the same position in alignment with the library on that street, which is Spring, in the evening. Okay, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, even earlier than that, I've captured it 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is the maintenance of a light source, and that's not a genuine church. Those are demons that are engaging in congregation at what's supposed to be, again, another place for the homeless services affiliated with and not at an actual church. They're demons engaging in the pattern of conduct marked by what is the hallmark. This is the mark of demon possession, and it doesn't matter what they call their venue. It doesn't matter what they're doing at their venue for purposes of maintaining the elements of monitoring. It's currently 10:16 a.m. and this is again remaining on what is Nuevo. As I'm looking at this venue, there is no light source even in that direction. You can even see the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library from over here. All right, it is not remaining present here while it's also over the roof. You clearly see it right here over my head. That's stalking with light. Okay, in the same way that Stephanie Ortiz is stalking with light, in the same way that 8UO2513 is stalking with light while I'm being molested under this light source as I ride on the bus molesting with light and they're crossing path around me, while I'm being molested with direct light while I'm inside of the Fontana Lewis Library and they're walking all around, sitting all around, engaging in surveillance. Okay, and that is the entity that's engaging in sexual violence as well while placing you under surveillance. It's 10:17 a.m. This is P.O.C. This is a group stalker, license plate 19650Y1. This is P.O.C.